God spoke to me in a way where, when you're in Hollywood, God sometimes slips away.
We still don't know exactly what happened to me.
I had a stroke.
Yeah, I had a brain bleed that led to a stroke. Me.
Yeah.
Like, that don't happen to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I finally came to, I didn't even realize what happened because I missed 20 days of my life. And then when I came to, I said, yo, what am I doing in this wheelchair? And my boy said, you had a stroke? I said, come on, bro, I'm Jamie Foxx, bro. Jamie Foxx don't have strokes. And he said, bro, don't try to get out that chair because you can't walk. And I fell. I said, what? Where is Ashton Kutcher? Like, am I being punked? So when it settled in, I was like, man, it's beyond this. So as we're sitting here, it's beyond all of this.
I don't know how y'all talk to God, but I talk to him different. I was like, hey man, you sure you got the right dude? He said, who is this? I said, it's Foxx. Who? Foxx. Come on, G, it's Jay. Foxx, Jamie Foxx, the one down here, putting smiles on people's faces. I said, why am I going through this? I said, is it a clerical error? Did Peter write down the wrong name? He said, no, this should be happening to you. I said, what? Why? I said, God, look at all these bad people. Look at all these bad people down here. Shouldn't these bad people be going through this? And you know what he said? Those bad people already belong to somebody else. You belong to me. My vitals were so bad they were gonna lose me. And that's when a miracle happened. And that miracle was working through my youngest daughter. She's 14. I didn't want her to see me like that. But she snuck into my hospital room with her guitar. And she says, I know what my daddy needs. And they said when she was playing, my vitals went down.
Jamie Foxx is speaking out about an altercation in a Beverly Hills restaurant. It happened Friday night at Mr. Chow. A spokesperson for the actor says someone at another table threw a glass at Foxx during his birthday dinner, and the actor had to get stitches.
A phallic laser pointer sparked a heated dispute at Jamie Foxx's birthday dinner. According to TMZ, during the celebration at Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills, someone from the VIP rented area by Jack's production company projected a penis-shaped laser at Jamie's table, upsetting him, especially since his kids were present. Jamie went upstairs to confront the group, leading to an altercation. Sources say allegedly threw a glass at Jamie, cutting him near his mouth. Jamie bleeding exclaimed, "It's my birthday. What's wrong with you?" before leaving to get stitches.
Foxx appearing to react to this incident in a social...
Take a pause real quick. Y'all know they've been after Jamie. Man, they were saying Diddy. Have y'all been seeing that? Y'all ain't see that the Diddy stuff with him and Jamie? They're saying that Diddy the one put him in the hospital.
Wow.
That was a big conspiracy.
Well, they did say that Diddy killed Biggie Smalls because he was jealous.
Yeah, him and Jamie was into it for a long time. He had made a video alleging that some people in Hollywood did this to him.
The devil's playground is Hollywood, and I feel like anything that goes with Christ, they're gonna try their hardest to dim that light.
Foxx appearing to react to this incident in a social media post early this morning, writing in part, "The devil's busy, but I'm too blessed to be stressed." He also wrote, "When your light is shining bright, they try to bring you down to darkness, but they don't know that you're built for it."
I had no clue they were about to say that. This is my first time watching that. That was insane. Y'all just witnessed that in real time.
What happened?
You know,
I just said that they're trying to dim his light, and then that's exactly what the tweet they just put up that he posted about it.
Oh, I didn't even peep that.
Last Sunday at my church, we were literally talking about this, how it takes some crazy moment or some type of pain in your life to bring you closer to God. And I feel like this happened for Jamie. Like, I've been watching Jamie all my life, and I never, ever hear him, even in award shows, anywhere. He never, brings up God. So the fact that he's doing it now, after how this situation happened, because a lot of people love Jamie Foxx. The pastor was basically saying, you go through stuff in your life for a testimony to other people to bring them to Christ.
Yeah.
So this could be very, very much what happened in this situation.
I agree.
I want to thank you for all of the prayers, because the one thing that I have to get used to now is the Lord have mercy Jesus when I see people out. I'll be driving and somebody will pull up and and hit me with that. Or I was in Chicago where I had to do a little stint for some things to get things right. But the Lord have mercy Jesus of it all was when we were in Chicago and I was trying to get myself together and no one knew where I was. No one knew what was going on. And I had to go to this facility so I could work out a little bit. And the black lady that was checking me in, because I had my face covered, because I didn't want nobody to know. And at one point she says, well, baby, I'm gonna have to see your face if I'm gonna have to sign you in here. Now, I run a tight ship in here, baby. I'm gonna have to see your face. Okay, this is my job here. If I can't lose my job, whoever this is under these masks, I need to see your face. And I took the mask down and she saw me. She said, Lord, she said, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I've been praying for you. And I said, wow. And I knew that gave me an indication that once I did get out of all of this, I was gonna be all right.
Well, lastly, of course, we're 2 years away from your big health scare.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I feel 85 sometimes. Sometimes I'm 75.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm 65. Sometimes I'm 85. But I'm blessed, man. And I didn't say this on my special, and my special was an interesting thing because, we talk about algorithms and things like that when you're special. And I would always say in my head, I'm not an algorithm, I'm a miracle. And I know that to be true because what I didn't say on my special was that I didn't remember the nurses that kept me alive. I don't remember meeting them because that part of my life was sort of erased. But when I went back to meet all of the nurses that kept me alive, it was 67 nurses at Piedmont Hospital. But one particular nurse, she said, Jamie, I'm from the streets. I listen to Future. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. She said, I'm just giving you a frame of reference. I said, okay. She said, I call you a 3%er. I said, why? Because less than 3% of people that come in with what you have leave. We usually put them in a box. She said, but when I saw it was you, I rolled my sleeves up. To me, Jesus is the foundation. I know where I'm going as far as heaven is concerned. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Esther, Nehemiah, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah, Haggai, Malachi. It's about Jesus, okay? Nothing against vegans, but we going to heaven over here.
He showed talent with that.
He's one of the most talented people to ever live. God definitely blessed that man's life. And I've heard this a lot from people recently. It's like, God will use you once you surrender. Yeah. And he'll use situations in your life
to bring you to surrender.
Exactly.
I just read that in the Bible, in my daily Bible, actually.
Yeah, that's
literally this morning.
That's what Sunday was about for me last Sunday.
Yeah, you see, it says he uses all things according to his glory. So he can use anything from your trauma to your sin to anything for his glory.
The Jamie Foxx stories on Diddy parties are absolutely insane.
There's too many stories about Diddy, bro. They got to get him out of there.
Yeah, I think Cat Williams was making jokes about it.
It's just not, it's just too many strikes. Everybody can't be lying, man.
Oh, yeah, nah.
I mean, if we raid your house and you got 500 bottles of baby oil.
He beat that.
He had unmarked weapons and...
He beat that.
I don't know how
it's
he
not
beat
a crime.
the weapons.
It's not a crime to have baby oil, so...
but it's frowned upon.
Suspicious.
Because if you ask the black community, they're going to tell you, was anything he did was a crime? That's what I
mean, they wouldn't
not all the black
said they was
community would
consenting.
say that.
That's what they would say. I asked black people, older black people, they said, was it a crime, though, brother? I said, bro, but I mean, he had 500 bottles of baby oil. Like, you don't think
it's
he
the
was...
unmarked ARs for me. How did you beat that? How do you beat unmarked ARs? That is felony, felony, felony. He had like 3 or 4 of them. I remember we seen it on the reaction.
Well, let's know what y'all think, guys.